Self to be immersed in God's endless love and mercy. Today, I stand as a king and a priest of God, and with these choice words, I frame my life according to God's purpose and pattern. I declare that I am the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. Blood-bought, water-washed, spirit-filled and wisdom-oiled. I am the favored one, the one lavished in love and lifted by mercy. I am wrapped in the fabric of favor, soaked in the spirit of excellence, and garnished with grace upon grace upon grace. I do not walk naked. I am divinely decorated with spiritual gifts and garments. I am decked with royal raiments. My mind receives and conceives daily doses of divine ideas, instructions, and inspiration. My mind is expanding at the frequency of love and light. I hear the voice of my Father, and I do His will with speed and joy. The eyes of my understanding are consistently enlightened. God's light saturates my being, floods my life, and illuminates my world with increasing brilliance. My discernment is razor sharp, and my decisions are error-free. My actions are wisdom-based, and my results are God-class. I am God-fed and Spirit-led. I flow by the intelligence of the Spirit. I manifest the influence of the Spirit. And I make tremendous impact by the Spirit of God. God breathes in me and through me, Ruach. My heart is God's breathing ground. My mind is God's breeding ground. I am loaded with seeds of greatness, supernatural seeds, strategic solutions, world-class inventions, timely innovations, spring forth from my life. I am a sower. I sow quality seeds. I sow the right seeds, the right way, to the right people and the right things, in the right places and for the right reasons. I am like my Father. I give good gifts. I do good works without murmuring. I plow my ground with diligence. I live my life in excellence. I am a faithful farmer plowing the fields of my destiny with faith, focus, and fervor. I am a responsible reaper. I recognize God opportunities and seizing them with speed. I am planted by the brooks of bliss. My soul is steeped in the rivers of blessings. My roots are deep. My leaves are green. My branches are strong and my fruits are huge. My products are palatable and plenteous. My impact is undeniable. My reach is irrepressible. As I fulfill my divine mandate, I am unstoppable. I walk on water and I do the impossible. I proclaim that double doors are open unto me. The doors of nations fling wide open unto me. Territories and spaces open up to me. The corridors of power open up to me. I walk through open doors into palaces of plenty and spaces of significance. No limits, no limits. My influence spreads. I occupy. I spread to the east, the west, the north, and the south. My branches reach over the walls. Beyond boundaries and borders, I spread with speed. I am advancing and accelerating in the supernatural and by the supernatural. Help comes to me speedily. I am mightily helped by God. I am safely stationed in the location called God. I have
Ladies and gentlemen, visionaries and world changers, good evening and welcome to tonight's special session. Yes, we are so happy to have you here with us tonight, whether you're tuning in from Abuja, Lagos, Kenya, Canada, the UK, the USA, or anywhere on the globe. We are so excited and happy to have you here with us tonight, and I am so happy to be here because the public speaking battle is back, and I must tell you that it is back and better. Yes, my name is Lisa Emelugu, a realtor and a fashion designer right here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I am proud to be your host tonight. But I will not be doing this alone. I have the awesome privilege of introducing to you an esteemed leader, an entrepreneur, a distinguished lady. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lady Peace.
Wow, Lady Lisa, what an electrifying introduction. Thank you so much. And may I say that you look absolutely radiant tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly a privilege to be here tonight because we have a super exciting night ahead of us. Tonight, we bring to you the 8th edition of the Public Speaking Contest. As you all know that Bgycc is an all-round school of leadership, and public speaking is the core aspect of our training. We are raising leaders who not only transform nations, but stand out in places of influence and leave a lasting impact on the global stage. And I must tell you that I can't wait to see the brilliance, the top-notch public speaking skills from our contestant tonight, because I know from experience that it is going to be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, but before we dive into this event, let us take a moment to appreciate our convener, the visionary Coach Casey Sunshine, for his leadership, his support, and for giving us the wings to fly. Coach, we are truly grateful for your leadership, your support over the past few months. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, I want you to put a round of applause for our coach, please.
Thank you so much, Lady Peace. Absolutely, Coach Casey. Your leadership is truly inspiring and transformative. And we are so glad, honored to be under your guidance and leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, let's bow our heads in prayer for the session. Thank you, Father, for today. Thank you for tonight. Thank you for the speakers. Give them the voice to speak tonight. We pray that everything will go well as planned tonight, Father. In Jesus' name, we have prayed. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. And I want to tell you that you are in for a treat tonight. Yes, I know that you're all charged up and ready to roll. But before we continue, here are a few ground rules to keep the ball rolling. Cameras on. Make sure your cameras are on so that you can help your presence and engagement, as this is part of our community experience. Listen attentively. Make sure you listen attentively to the contestants as they give their speech, and ensure that you encourage them with those fire emojis in the chat box and voting. Yes, you're going to be voting for your favorite contestants tonight. Yes, so make sure you stay to the end of the session as a pop-up will come up for you to cast your vote. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Are you ready? I want to see you type ready in the chat box. Over to you, Lady Peace.
Wow, I can feel the energy in the house already. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we all have been waiting for is finally here because our contestant has invested relentless effort, hours of practice, and unstoppable passion into their presentation. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes and we will evaluate their speech based on these three powerful criteria. First, delivery. How confidently were they able to deliver their speech? Is your voice loud? Is it clear? Is it engaging? Secondly, content. Does their speech address the topic effectively? Is it clear? Is it impactful? And thirdly, impact. Does your speech inspire you? Does it motivate you? Is it memorable? Ladies and gentlemen, with this, I know that we are all ready because I'm at the edge of my seat already. So let's get it started. Over to you, my lady.
Thank you so much, Lady Peace. I know that we are ready because the moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived. Now, the first speaker for tonight is here to talk to us about bridges and walls. Every divide needs a connection and every wall needs a bridge. So how do we foster this connection? Ladies and gentlemen, the voice tonight is going to be telling us that bridges are not made only with stone, but they are made with intention and courage. From the vibrant city of Lagos, Nigeria, give it up for Aderonke Olu Abikoye speaking on bridges over walls.
From the other side of the bridge, girls are princesses. Teenage girls are powerful, and young adults become aware and they own their spots in the room. These girls become women, and these women choose a crown for themselves. The audacity a woman has to go and take from a mother's garden her pride, her purpose. Well, you see, last night, my neighbor's mother-in-law and her daughter Pamela were discussing. Pamela came on. Mama, where did you people bring this ugly girl to marry my brother from? Mama replied, I don't know what your brother is looking for up and down. Mama, but you're the one that told him that you wanted grandchildren. Or should he buy from the market? Well, you see, Mama was once a young wife, and she has become so, disturbing. So she's now filled with so much hatred that everything that she experienced from her own mother-in-law is what she has become. Mama was repeating the cycle of pain she thought she didn't deserve from her own mother-in-law. But you see, last week, Thursday, Mama was in our room when we heard her. My God is faithful. My God is powerful. And my God is in charge. My daughter, Pamela, is going to marry and marry right. Her husband is going to worship the ground that she walks on. And her husband's family is going to love and appreciate her. They would respect her. Well, that same Thursday night, Mama and Pamela, who she was praying before, came out and we heard her. Do you want to kill me? Why will you cook yam with sugar in it? Who trained you? Pamela added angrily. You must be stupid, and they didn't train you well from wherever it is you came from. You come here doing as if you own everything. Pamela and Mama were bringing problems for Christiana. She could not have it. It was so much trouble for her. So that night, she went to God too. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Since Mama and Pamela were not going to let Christiana have peace, they were not going to allow her drink water and drop off in her husband's house. Then Christiana came to the conclusion that she was going to bring war for them. Well, dear daughter-in-law, Psalm 27 is not for your mother-in-law. Do not build walls. Stay on the bridge. Dear sister-in-laws, come on. You are going to be married soon. I mean, Mama is praying for you. Why do you prepare to be the weapon formed against your brother's wives, and you expect to be the apple in another man's eyes? Those are other people's brothers, and they have sisters too. Why do women come to sit in homes that nobody is ready to stand up with her? Have we forgotten that what goes around comes back around? Are you not afraid, dear sister-in-laws? Men, let us remember that we were once girls, and this girl, we became women. We were sisters, and these wives of yesterday are the mothers of today. The mothers today are the mother-in-laws tomorrow. It is a circle of life. See, my dear sisters, let us learn that acceptance, despite differences, is achievable. Dear sisters, open your heart, open your mind, open your culture to the other lady, to the other sister, to the other woman, and accept her. Let us learn that acceptance despite differences is achievable. Let us build bridges and not walls. Thank you, Countess Jill.
Wow, wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for this wonderful speech. She did amazingly well. Wow, what a powerful start, I must say. And I must tell you that, yes, I learned a lot from that. I learned that as a lady, I should be careful the way I treat my sisters-in-law. Because one day, I will be married. And whatever way I treated my sister-in-law, that is how my sisters-in-law are going to treat me in future. What goes around comes around. Wow, a round of applause for her again. That was quite an inspiring one. A round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what a powerful start, and we are just getting started. Now, wherever you are, I want you to pause and ask yourself these questions. What if leadership thrive in rest, reflection, and renewal? Think about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker tonight will be here to tell us that leadership is not just about action, but it is also wisdom in purse. Ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause as we welcome a vibrant speaker all the way from Oyo State, Nigeria, in the person of Olawale Tobiloluwa, speaking on the topic, the rested leader. A round of applause as he makes it to the stage. A round of applause.
When you think of a leader, what comes to mind? When you picture a leader, I mean, what do you see? All right, someone busy, someone tired, someone constantly in motion. Okay, the type who sleeps last and wakes first. All right, President General, we don't know. Well, I'd like to let you know today that exhaustion isn't excellence. Neither is getting tired a badge that you've done well. Do we have anyone here who at a time or the other has described a leader as rested? None? All right. Let this serve as a testament that in our world today, exhaustion has become a badge of honor. When you say you're tired, people assume that you're important. when you say you are weak, when you say you're overwhelmed. Oh, everybody now assumes you are productive. But no, exhaustion isn't excellence. And you need to know that the most dangerous leader in the room is the tired leader. All right, let me bring this a bit more personal. I am a pastor's child, and growing up, I watched the leadership from the front row. I watched my father give endlessly. I watched him have phone calls at odd hours, doing things just to make sure that people's lives are right. I saw him have counseling sessions, old teachings, even when his health was not so strong. Well, if I would say, he did these things honestly and he did them faithfully without any grudges. But I saw something else. I saw him push through fatigue. I saw him do things even when he needed rest. And this made me start to question myself. Does leadership have to cost this much? Does helping others, saving them, making them do well, does it have to affect your life? Does it have to make you destroy yourself? These questions shaped my understanding of leadership. It gave me a clearer view because I don't just want to rise as a leader, I want to last. And so I began to think about reasons why leaders do not rest. And I curated these three reasons. First is fear. A lot of times we fear being replaced. We fear that if you do not do this thing ASAP with all of the energy, do it morning till evening, nobody is going to answer you. The second is control. We often believe that nobody can do things properly, whereas Yoruba will say, "Ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́, ẹni tó wà láyé, òun ló ń ṣiṣẹ́," which is directly translated to being that whoever is alive is the one that works. So when you're no longer there, would you still be the one doing the work? This is one thing we need to continue thinking about. And the third is identity. A lot of times we believe that our worth is tied to how much we produce. But sorry, I'm happy actually to tell you that your worth isn't tied to how much you try to prove yourself every day. It is tied to impact. It is tied to your consistency. And your consistency requires a whole lot of being yourself. So let me say this. In Genesis, God rested after the creation, right? Was it that the God Almighty was weak? Was it that he was tired? Obviously, God can never be tired. But rest is intentional. And that was the reason why he needed to rest. So if rest was built into the rhythm of life, why do we often treat rest as luxury? You think about it. Are we there? Yeah. Rest has to be intentional. Rest has to be, because the world doesn't need more exhausted leaders. The world needs leaders who are whole, leaders who are clear, leaders who understand that it is very important to say no when necessary. The world needs leaders who are ready to actually take time to step back and think, because stepping back isn't weakness. Yoruba will also say that agbo tàdí sẹ́yìn ó lọ mágbára wá ni, which directly translates to that a ram that goes back went to pick more power. So today I am opening your understanding to the fact that rest isn't weakness, to the fact that stepping back isn't weakness. It is you going back for clarity. It is you actually knowing that it is very important that you continue being there consistently. Also, as I round up my speech, I would say, if we do not actually agree to rest, these are some things that would happen. First off, that fear of being replaced in the very first instance would actually materialize itself, because you will not always be here. And if you do not rest, it takes you out of the space earlier. It takes you out of the leadership position you so much cherish and hope to hold up. It takes you off earlier. And also, it when you do not rest, well, statistics even proves it that 7 to 10 leaders are actually leaders that do not rest. And this is one of the major reasons why we have leaders that react rather than respond. This is one of the reasons why we have leaders that do not think clearly before doing things when pressured situations come up. Because a lot of times we are just there, being cumbersome, being all thoughtful about how much we do, about how much we prove ourselves. I hope that today you will take the pledge to actually do better as a leader by stepping back and having more time to actually think and do things more clearly. Thank you, and that's my time.
Did someone just say goosebumps? That was awesome. The last speaker unlocked something deep. A round of applause for him again. A round of applause. Yes, he did so well. And he talked about leadership, and we need leadership in our daily lives. We can't live without leadership, but sometimes you need to pause, reflect, and come back stronger. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker tonight is going to be talking to us about confidence. And who better to speak on confidence than someone named Confidence herself? Now, she's going to tell us that confidence is not something we feel, it is a decision that you need to make. So, how confident are you? Ladies and gentlemen, from Lagos, Nigeria, again, give it up for Confidence Odobasi, speaking on confidence is a decision, not a feeling.
Once upon a time, there was a time in my life when I believed that confidence was something you had to feel before you could take actions. I once lived in a home where I learned how to endure. As a student of Ajowa State Primary and Secondary School, free books were made available to all, but I was never allowed to go get them. Not because there was no money, but because I was expected to manage. So I managed. I used my guidance children old exercise book. I erased their pencil marks carefully so that I could write my own notes, page after page. And every time I erased those pages, I said to myself, it's fine. Deep down, I knew it wasn't fine. It wasn't just about books. It was about value. It was about feeling like I had to shrink myself to survive. I remember then in Ajowa State, there was one person that has the perfect description of confidence. She was Chiamaka. Oh, Chiamaka. Chiamaka was my ideal description of confidence. Chiamaka had all the support. Chiamaka had all the textbooks I wanted. Chiamaka, whenever she speaks, she sounds strong. She sounds loud. But I wasn't. I didn't feel brave. I didn't feel powerful. Most days, I didn't even feel considered. But life has a way of teaching you lessons you don't learn in classrooms. Years after years, on the outside, I looked well. But on the inside, I was slowly questioning my worth. Oh, have you ever been in a place for so long that you began to normalize what was breaking you? I did, and here is what I discovered. Confidence doesn't always arrive with noise. It doesn't always come with applause. For me, it came as a quiet decision. One ordinary day, after years of adjusting, something shifted inside of me. No noise, no drama, just a clear thought. This is enough. I wish I could tell you I felt fearless in that moment. I didn't. I was scared. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know how things would work out. But I made a decision, and that decision was to leave. Not because I felt confident, but because I decided that I was worth better. And that was my turning point. My hands were shaking when I walked away. My heart was uncertain, but something inside of me was firm. For the first time, I chose myself, and that is confidence. Not a feeling, but a decision. Have you ever been in a place for so long that you began to wonder what was going on? That was my case. But that decision changed everything. That decision moved my life forward. I'm not confident. I've learned that confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the movement despite fear. It is choosing growth over comfort. It is walking away from what diminishes you. Even when staying will seem easier, wait. Oh, wait until you are ready. Wait until you feel strong. Wait until you feel confident. But if I had waited to feel confident, I would still be waiting. Confidence is not loud. Sometimes it is a quiet strength. Sometimes it is a boundary. Sometimes it is a young woman deciding she will no longer accept less than she deserves. Today, I do not stand before you because I have never felt fear. I stand before you because I have learned not to let fear decide for me. Confidence is not something you wait to feel. It is something you decide to live. You decide to apply. You decide to grow. You decide to speak. And the feeling, it comes later. I didn't feel confident when I left, but I made a decision that I was worth more. And that decision changed the directions of my life. Dear friends, what is that one thing that you need to decide today? Do you need to decide about that relationship? Do you need to decide about starting your self-development program today? Do you need to decide about starting your business without overthinking or without waiting to feel ready? Because confidence is not a feeling, it is a decision. And that decision can start today. Thank you.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what a rapturous speech right there. I tell you, these speakers are blowing my mind already. Yes, I got something, definitely. I understand that confidence is not a feeling. Confidence starts from the very moment you decide to be confident. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is taking the courage, deciding to move further despite the fear. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was mind blowing. A round of applause for that speaker again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we often know what should be done, isn't it? Yes, we do. But that alone isn't enough. And that is why our next speaker will be here to motivate us to move from awareness into action. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for that? Because I am ready for that. Put your hands together as we welcome a vibrant speaker all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. The speaker, Dauda Godspeed. She's speaking on the topic, why knowing what to do is not enough. A round of applause for her as she makes it to the stage. A round of applause.
What if I told you that what you have is an action problem and not a knowledge problem? What if I told you that every information you have stored in your head, you can start implementing them? You know it's important, after every meal to drink a glass of water, but you choose not to. You know it's important as a leader to delegate tasks and responsibilities to your subordinates so they can learn, but you choose to do it yourself, stating they don't meet up to your expectation. You know, as a business person, you need to build systems and structure to expand, but you tell yourself, no, now is not the time. You know, as a person, it's also very important for you to rise up early and exercise daily, but you keep snoozing your alarm every time it rings. My dear, now actual problem you get, not be village people, they worry you. Every single day, information flies to and fro, and we have made ourselves to believe that all we need to succeed in life is acquiring information. Information, knowledge, it's not the destination, it is the starting point. I came to realize the hardest truth, that consistent accumulating of information without implementation is like walking on a thin line, knowing fully well you will fall. One of the greatest habits that even successful people in the world today struggle with is procrastination. Knowing what to do, but choosing not to do it. Pushing the task over and over again till it disappears into thin air. Successful people do what they are meant to do. Unsuccessful people decide to play it safe. Relax. Now is not the time to shine your light. I was made to understand that for you to get the results you need to act, you need to start doing. You are the go-to person. Every time somebody needs an advice, they come and meet you. But when they check your life, there is no evidence of this advice you give to people. The Bible says, givers never lack. But why are you so stingy with the ideas that you have accumulated in your head? Procrastination is a killer of dreams. It makes you see important tasks as being boring, being unreasonable, unsatisfying, unenjoyable. And at the end of the day, you choose to relax. You choose to stay in your comfort zone. You choose to watch a movie when you are meant to study. You choose to sleep when you are meant to read. And at the end of the day, you keep saying, what is wrong with me? After every section, I keep coming back the same way. What is going on? I can remember my first trial as a public speaker. I was told to represent my children's department as a pastor. Oh my God. I don't think I can ever share that video. How many of you have been told to stand in front of millions of people, both old and young, and speak? I remember vividly well. I was standing. My hands were shaking. I begged the ground many times to open up, but it was as if the earth was deaf to my cry. At the end of the day, I did it. Everybody came to meet me and told me, Peace, you tried. But deep down, oh, deep down, I knew I did exceptionally well. You think it's easy to stand for stage, speak to people? Imagine the millions of eyes staring at me. Words were moving in my head. But I came to realize something. That all I needed to do was try. All I needed to do was act. I was able to eliminate the fear of the unknown, the fear of rejection, the fear of criticism. What are they going to say? How am I going to sound? This can be you. You have ideas stored up in your head to the extent it can fit into a library, but you're not acting. You keep telling yourself you're not ready. You keep saying the spotlight is not for you. It's for selected few. Who are you deceiving? Step up. Stand up. Raise your shoulders. Let your shoulder pads be very high. Tell yourself, I am not going to wait till next week. I I am going to start now. I am going to put my gym clothes on my bed and go to that gym I am so scared of tomorrow. I am going to write down the exact plans I need, and I'm going to do it tomorrow. Nothing is going to stop me. I would have been with the audience right now, observing and watching every speaker, telling myself, now is not the time for me to come out. But I came to realize every one of you watching me here have something that somebody wants to hear. And until you speak, they cannot hear it. Do you know the lives you are going to touch when you step up? Do you know the lives and the destiny that are tied to yours and they are not ready to unfold because you decide to play it small? You decide to wait till you are ready. You are ready now. As we speak, tell yourself, I am ready now. No more procrastination. No more delay. I am doing it now. I am going to act. Act on what you know. Even if everything is not clear, even if the road is still shaky, start now. No form of fear can ever be eliminated. It's not possible. But courage is doing it even when you are scared. Going out there, speaking, writing that ebook, speaking to the audience, starting your podcast, starting that business, no matter how small. You have written down ideas. You have a full book about it. You read the ideas every single day. But at the end of the day, nothing is being done. No. You can't keep settling for less. You are caught up for somebody that is meant to be high. Go out there. Be a giver. Giver of ideas. Giver of advice. And act. Stop sleeping on your knowledge. Remember, knowing is not enough. Acquiring information is not enough. Going from one seminar to another, one masterclass to another, every Friday Zoom session, and you think it's not enough for you to get the results you desire. You have to act. Do that one action that you know you are scared of. Start immediately. Knowing is not enough. You need to act on what you know. So when next you tell yourself, I want to start, remember the way we do it in the movies. Lights, camera, action. Thank you.
Wow, wow, that was amazing, mind-blowing. A round of applause for the last contestants. It's not just about knowing. What do you use with what you know? You have to execute. You need action, action, action to get to the next stage of your life. Remember, procrastination is a killer of dreams. So make that decision now. Yes. So we are going to the next contestant tonight, and we have a voice here going to talk to us about being seen. Yes, a lot of powerful voices are hidden in the shadow of fear. A lot of people, fear holds them back. Fear is like a padlock that keeps people locked up. Yes, so, but she's going to tell us that to be seen, we need to make that act. We need to make that act to be seen. And it's not just that act. We need to declare to ourselves that we want to be seen. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the vibrant city of Lagos, Nigeria, give it up for Eniola Adediba, speaking on the fear of being seen.
There is a kind of hiding nobody talks about. Not the hiding under a bed as a child. Not the hiding from danger. I am talking about the hiding that happens in plain sight. The kind of hiding that looks like knowing the answers, but still prefer to sit at the back row. The kind of hiding that looks like knowing the answers and your opinion deserves to be heard, but still choose to stay quiet. The kind of hiding that looks like letting your results speak because you are afraid to. This kind of hiding, I know it so well, because for a very long time, it was my home. It was my safe haven. It was my home. While in secondary school, I was known to be intelligent. Someone even called me a genius. But to raise my hands, share my opinions, never. I would rather sit back, stay quiet, choose to stay silent, choose invisibility, choose not to say anything. Not because I did not know the answers, but I told myself it was humility, it was my personality. But the truth, I was scared. Scared of being seen, scared of being heard, scared of being known, scared of showing up and still being not enough. I remember my first year in our institution. After exams, a lecturer was looking for me, looking for the girl who had done exceptionally well, looking for the girl who wrote according to his marking scheme guide. And there was I. I wanted to flee, not from shame, not from failure, but from praises, from recognition, from a moment that was completely mine. I wanted to sit with that. And then a classmate said to me, it was to serve as a mirror to my heart till now. He said, whoever sees you will think you are not intelligent. But by the end of the session, your results speak. He actually meant it as a compliment. But what he said was true. And that was the problem. I had mastered the art of underestimation. I had mastered the art of invisibility. I had mastered the art of shrinking. I want you to sit with that. Here's what fear of being seen does that nobody tells you. It doesn't just keep you hidden. It doesn't just keep your voice hidden. It keeps your impact hidden, your presence hidden, your impact hidden. And then I asked myself, is this the kind of life I want to live? Absolutely no. So I want you to sit with that. Do you know, when you decide to stay shrinking, when you decide not to allow your voice, a whole lot is at stake. The fear of being seen is not just a personal struggle, it is a public loss. And here I am today. I am building a personal brand in digital marketing, helping coaches to stay visible, to attract high-paying clients. I want you to see the irony of that. Me, the girl who hid from a lecturer, the girl who had mastered the art of invisibility, the girl who had mastered the art of underestimation. Those who even knew me then expected nothing from the version they could see. But I made a decision. I learned that even if I want to help someone to show up, it's not possible until I am willing to show up myself. So I made it. I decided I was going to go first. I made a decision, not perfectly, not overnight, not without fear still sitting right in my chest. But I told myself, my purpose is greater than my fear. So I made that decision. Maybe you are here in this room. You know the kind of hiding I am talking about. The kind of hiding that looks like making you not saying your answers, or deciding to stay quiet even when your opinion deserves to be heard. Or maybe you have gifts hidden inside of you, but you choose not to allow them to hear it. Or maybe you're looking for the perfect time. May I please tell you, the perfect time is never coming. The perfect time is now. So I want you to praise up. I know the fear is still sitting right in your mind, but then raise up and say, I am no longer hiding. I choose visibility. May I tell you, the version of me that decides to stay hidden is no longer welcome. I am choosing to let my impact speak, to allow my presence speak, to allow my voice to be heard. So I am telling you today, I know what it takes. I know what it takes to be hidden for so long. A whole lot of destinies are tied to your voice. A whole lot of destiny are tied to your impact. A whole lot of destinies are tied to your presence. Do you want that impact not to be felt? Do you want that impact not to be known? So make that decision. Because I and your life have made that decision. I am no longer hiding. I am no longer staying hidden. I am no longer staying shrinking. What about you? I want you to give yourself a chance. Choose visibility. Choose that your presence be known. Choose that your impact be felt. Choose that your voice be heard. Because a whole lot of destinies is tied to you. Have you made that decision? I want you to make it right now. Because the fear of being seen, it's real. but make that decision that no, I am no longer hiding. I choose to stay visible. Thank you.
Wow. I am not longer hiding. Yes, I've made my decision. I don't know about you, but I am no longer hiding. That was a mind-blowing one. Yes, there's a whole lot of destiny that is tied to my voice. So if I keep on hiding, what would happen to those voices is a thought-provoking question. And I have answered that to myself. That is why I've decided from her speech that I am no longer hiding. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an inspiring one. Please put your hands together for her once more. She's a vibrant speaker. Now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, the moment for courage and responsibility. Our last speaker for tonight will be here to charge us to step into the space we are meant to occupy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Augusta City, Lagos, you're right, Lagos again. Let us welcome a vibrant speaker in the person of Anifa Worship Bright, speaking on the topic, if not me, then who? Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for that vibrant speaker as he makes it to the stage. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you wondered how different our world will look if people acted the first time conscience spoke? My dear leaders, we live in a time where it is very easy to point fingers, easy to criticize, easy to complain, easy to say the world is not what it should be. And perhaps it isn't. But history has never been shaped by those who complain. It has been shaped by those who decide. And that very question that shapes history is not who is to blame. That question is personal. It is, if not me, then who? If not now, then when? So let me define something clearly for you. What is responsibility? Responsibility is the willingness to respond to what is in your control without delay, without excuses, without waiting to be chosen. It is simply saying, this may not be my fault, but it is my duty. Responsibility is ownership. It is initiative. It is action when action is uncomfortable. According to the book of James, faith without works is dead. What does this mean? It means belief without action produces nothing. I tell you, knowing what is right is not enough. Agreeing with the truth is not enough. If it does not move you to act, then it is not complete. So responsibility is the bridge between conviction and change. Now here is the uncomfortable truth. Most of us already know what we should be doing. We just delay it. And we've crafted many ways to avoid responsibilities. Sometimes we say to ourselves, I'm still preparing. And here is a common one among believers. I'm still praying about it, even when the result is clear. And sometimes we say, it is not my role, even while standing right next to the problem. We've convinced ourselves that someone else will step up. But I want you to know something this evening. The world has never moved forward because of someone else. It moved because someone decided it stops with me and it starts with me. I've always complained. I've always criticized. I pointed fingers to the government. I pointed fingers to the school I graduated from. I studied microbiology. And then we used to say, well, microbiology is a course that many people study. And it is not relevant until 5th of December, 2024. A conversation changed my life. It happened in a BRT bus in Lagos on that very blessed day. So I was seated at the back, and a conversation that usually takes place happened again. I'm sure you are all familiar with this phrase. It go better, it go better, it go better, it go better. But we keep saying it, we keep saying it, we keep saying it. The conversation started in the bus, and people seem to know every single bit of problem facing this great country, Nigeria. And everybody have their own share of story. Have you ever seen guys argue about football? Oh my God, I'm one of them. We stand on our ground. We tell you, oh no, this club is this club is. This is how the conversation was. Elderly men and women holding us to be my dad and mom. Telling themselves, oh no, the story does not go like this, the story goes like this. But this very day, unlike all other conversations, I had a different heart posture. I was waiting for a solution, but a solution never came. Then my conscience began to say, Bright, will you keep waiting? Will you keep waiting? Till when? So I told myself, if I do not take responsibility, then no one else will take it for me. So that decision I made that very day has brought me to one of the greatest online public speaking platform. Speaking to you and also letting you know that a better world is not built by wishful thinking or loud opinions. It is built by quiet ownership. Responsibility is not about personal growth or personal development. It is about collective effort. Take a look at Nelson Mandela. He never waited for a perfect nation before he took responsibility. After years of imprisonment, he chose reconciliation over revenge, and he helped heal a divided country. Martin Luther King Jr. never waited for popular approval. He accepted responsibility to speak, to lead, to march, and change the moral direction of a great nation. And God bless Mother Teresa. She neither commanded armies nor did she command government. She simply accepted responsibility for sufferings she could no longer ignore. And guess what? The world followed her compassion. None of them waited for that perfect condition. They simply acted before responsibility demanded it. I want you to imagine a generation that refuses to look away. Imagine leaders that choose integrity over popularity. Imagine a society where responsibility becomes the norms, not the rare. You want a clean environment. You finish that gala from the bus, you throw the nylon out the window of the bus. You finish that bottled water, you throw it, and you want a clean environment. The decision starts with you. The responsibility starts with you. A better world starts with you. According to the book of Luke, in the parable of the Good Samaritan, everybody saw the problem and passed, but one person stops. Responsibility is not about noticing, it is about responding. And scripture echoes it in the book of Zechariah. Do not despise the days of small beginning, for small, responsible action done consistently creates an extraordinary impact. So taking responsibility does not look glamorous. It looks like this: acting on what you know is right, even when it is uncomfortable. Taking ownership of your choices and not blaming circumstances. Solving problems and not just pointing them out. Choosing discipline over comfort. Following through on commitment, even when motivation fades. Simple. This is how leaders are built. Quietly, consistently, and daily. So I leave you with this decision. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for that perfect condition. Stop waiting to be chosen. For leadership begins the moment you decide, this is mine to handle. Not tomorrow, not someday, not when it is convenient, but now. So ask yourself, when you feel that conviction, when you see the gap, when you know what must be done, ask yourself, if not me, then who? If not now, then when? And then act. My name is Bright Hanifowoshe, and God bless you. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. A round of applause for the last contestant. If not you, then who? I mean, he gave us reason to show up. Don't wait for responsibility to show up, and don't wait for approval to show up either. You just show up. A round of applause for all the contestants tonight. They did absolutely well. and they spoke with passion and they gave impactful speeches. You must agree with me. Yes, but it's not over yet. All the contestants are coming back on screen to pitch to you why you need to vote for them. So don't go anywhere. Contestants, you're coming back on screen to pitch to the audience why they need to vote for you. Yes, and you have just 20 seconds. Just 20 seconds to do this and make sure you make it count. This is your time to shine. And if I were you, I would make it compelling. So we are starting from the same order, starting from contestant number 1. So let's have all the contestants on the screen back again. And I want you all to keep encouraging them in the chat box. Keep giving those fire emojis. Just keep doing that. Yes, while we wait for all the contestants to come back on screen. All the contestants, starting from contestant number 1 all the way to contestant number 6. Keep encouraging them. Keep encouraging them. I want to see the fire emojis. Yes. Contestant number 1.
Wow, wow, wow.
We are going to have them on screen soon enough.
Wow, I know that we all have learned a lot tonight. So while we wait for our contestants, can you still type that thing that came to you while any speaker was speaking? Type that in the comment section while we wait for the speakers. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, I was blown away. I was blown away from the first speaker down to the sixth speaker. They did amazingly well. If you would agree with me, they did amazingly well. Yes, I can see the comment section. If not you, then who? Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, don't wait. My purpose is greater than my fear. That's a wonderful one. Yes, yes, yes. Keep typing what came to you. Keep typing what came to you while we wait for our contestants. Yes, yes, yes. The fear of being seen. Wow, 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 wow. A whole lot of people was transformed, just like as I am. Like, I'm so excited that we were. Yes, facing my fear. Yes, 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 yes. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. You don't wait for confidence. Absolutely. Thank you. If not me, who else? Knowing is the starting point. Thank you so much. Keep that coming. Keep that coming. I will not shrink. I choose to be visible. Beautiful. Responsibility is not being noticing. Wow, wow, wow. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Our contestants, are they ready now?
1. Let's have contestant number 1. Aderonke, Lady Aderonke, let's have you on screen.
Wow, wow, wow. I can see a whole lot of people was impacted, deeply impacted. They gained massive knowledge, massive insights. I choose to be seen. Wonderful. Wow, while we wait for our contestant number 1. Wow. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Let's keep the fire emojis coming. Yes, if not me, then who really touched you? That's a beautiful one. I choose visibility. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, while we wait for our contestants, keep it coming, keep it coming. Keep sharing what you learned in the chat box. The perfect time is now. Yes, it is now. Beautiful. Yes, yes. Well done. Keep that coming. Is our contestants ready now? Take responsibility now. Wow. If not me, then who? Yes. It's a question we all have to reflect on every morning. Every morning you wake up, just ask yourself, if not me, then who? Anytime you want to skip past any responsibility, I think you should ask yourself that question. If not me, then who? And really, to go a long way. Yes, 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 yes.
Contestant
Knowing
number
is
two.
not
Let's have
enough.
contestant number two
Absolutely
here.
not enough.
Contestant number two, are you on screen? Let's have you on screen.
For sentence number two, is she ready? I know they are cooking something.
Contestant number
They are
two.
cooking up banger. I definitely know they are cooking up banger. They still want to blow our mind again. That is why they're taking a whole lot of preparation. Wow, wow, wow. I can't wait. I can't
Okay,
wait because
let's move to contestant number three. Lady Confidence, come back on screen and pitch to the audience. Contestant number three.
If my speech by any means moves you, inspire you, or remind you of something that you need to decide about today, kindly vote for me. If my speech reminds you of someone somewhere that needs to move out of that relationship, that needs to take that step, kindly vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, contestant number three. Let's have contestant number four on screen.
My elder brother told me one day that one of the reasons why most people have refused to start is because they overthink. So stop overthinking. Start with what you know. And if you know what I have said this evening has touched you and you are going to take action immediately, vote for contestant number 4. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 4. Can we have contestant number 5 back on screen?
I didn't come here to perform. I only came here to choose to be seen. For a very long time, I told myself, staying hidden for safety, it was better. But then, I realized that a whole lot is at stake. A whole lot is at risk. Maybe you are here today and my story inspired you. I have made up my mind not to stay hidden, but to choose to be visible. So I hope you give yourself the permission to stay visible and not hidden. I am contestant number 5. Kindly vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 5. Can we have contestant number 6 on screen? Sir Bright, contestant number 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I didn't just come here to speak. I came here to remind us of a truth. Responsibility is that spark that ignites a better world. When I asked the question, if not me, then who? If not now, then when? I wasn't just asking for a vote. I was calling us back to action because the world we dream of does not appear by chance. It appears when we take responsibility. So, if this message ignited something in you, then let's make this a movement. I asked for your vote, not because of me, but because of a future that chooses responsibility as the pathway to a better world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, contestants. If contestant number 1 and 2 are here, let's have you on screen to pitch to the audience.
Contestant number 1 is here.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So tonight, we can already see that life can happen at any point in time. The bridge that we are talking about tonight is acceptance and access. Thank God for me. I have the privilege to have a mother in love mother in love, guys, who was able to break the walls for me. And then I got access and acceptance, and I can live the best life because I made her to understand that I am here to only make the pride that she's got to be more beautiful than what she is already doing. So we are joining hands together to stay on the bridge. The bridge tonight is acceptance, learning that working together, we can make life better for each and every one of us. Thank you so much, my contestant.
Thank you, contestant number 1. Let's have contestant number 2 on screen.
All right. I would ask 3 questions. If they resonate with you, then you sure should vote for me. The very first is this. Have you ever at any time felt like you've overgiven? You have given and given, that you've forgotten to actually take time for yourself, that you felt like you've ignored yourself? That's the first. The second question is this. Have you seen anyone who is very, very strong out there, but then inside, the person is exhausted? The third question is this. After feeling like you've overgiven yourself, after feeling like you've given too much, what have you thought about? Have you thought about it in this way? That if what would be my end? If these 3 questions resonate with you, I think you should vote for me. Thank you, and that's my time.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I was blown away. I don't know about you, but I was blown away. Please, a round of applause for those amazing contestants. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know the decision will be tough because if I were you, it will equally be tough. But it is time for you, our audience, to decide who the winner would be. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure the poll has been dropped on your screen, so ensure you vote for the best performing speaker. Emphasis on the best performing speaker based on the criteria we discussed earlier, which is content, delivery, and impact. And may I warmly remind you that votes in the chat box will not be counted, so ensure you use the poll before it runs out. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I can see the poll on my screen, and I'm sure you can see it on your screen too. So vote for your favorite contestants. Thank you very much. Over to you, my lady.
Thank you so much, Lady Peace. Now, as the votes are being counted, we are moving over to the next phase of tonight's session. And who better to usher us into this space than the visionary of this movement, our coach, our leader, and our founder.
Yes, absolutely. He is a beacon of wisdom, a light to this generation, and a true transformational leader. He's a man of deep faith, a devoted Christian, and someone with an unwavering commitment to transforming life. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the founder of this divine ecosystem called Becoming the Greatest You Christian Community. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, I want you to give a resounding round of applause for our speaker, Coach Casey Sunshine. A round of applause for our coach as he makes it to the stage.
Good evening, Coach Casey.
Good
evening,
Coach.
We can't hear you, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Coach
sir.
Casey.
Okay, you should be good now. You can hear me?
Coach.
Good evening, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Good
You can hear
evening.
you, Coach.
Pull it at the top left right of your screen. Top left right.
Amazing.
Top
Good
left.
everyone.
Top.
It's good to have you all here. Always love to hear your beautiful voices. What an evening it's been so far, guys. It's been such an electrifying evening. I don't even know where to begin from. Is it from our hosts, the contestants, the fire, the energy? My God, the breathtaking presentations. I could even literally see in your eyes, those of you that have your cameras on, I could see how much you want this contestant to do well tonight. It is so amazing. I'm so grateful for what God is doing with these amazing people. Can you please start by giving a round of applause to my amazing hosts? They are beautiful, they are elegant, they are CNN standard. My God, Lady Peace, Lady Lisa, you guys are world class. Put your hands together for our amazing hosts. You didn't disappoint tonight. You guys looked the role, you played the role well, and your network was also on your side. I'm super proud of you. Congratulations. Well done for being such wonderful hosts. And to our contestants, what can I say? Words fail me. You guys are amazing. From contestant number 1 to contestant number 6, it's really been amazing. It's been fantastic. Can you please put your hands together? Put your hands together for a wonderful contestant. It's not easy. They all presented live on stage. And I can imagine after contestant number 1, how the next person would feel. Imagine the anxiety, imagine the pressure. I mean, I've been there, so I can tell. Some of you probably wanted to just go easy yourself, minutes to when you're about to be called, but you can't go anywhere because you would soon be called. I'm super proud of all of you. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Please don't go anywhere. I have about 10 minutes maximum and I'm out of here. The votes are already on. Just like the MCs mentioned, the hosts mentioned, the votes on the chat will not count. Of course, I believe the poll is still up. Yes, the poll is still up. Just about 56% of you have voted. So there's still 40% that have not voted. So if you're voting on the chat, please don't do that because it won't count. All right. It should be displaying on your screen, actually. It should be displaying on your screen. And I believe that's how everyone else can see and vote. However, you can click on poll. Just look at the settings on your phone, on your screen, and you will see polls somewhere. Just click on the polls and you will see it. But I believe that everyone should be able to see this on your screen. So right now we have 56% of you that have voted. And I believe that the rest of you will figure it out. Usually everyone eventually figures out where the poll is and they would vote. So while that is going on, I will just go ahead and share a few very important tips with you. First of all, I'm going to start with the speakers. I hardly do this, but I'm going to start with the speakers. Please, everyone pay attention. And I'm saying this for the upcoming speakers, those of you that will be presenting next month, because we do this every single month. Of course, we have weekly public speaking contests that happens within the public speaking department of the organization. But then this one happens officially every month. It's a global public speaking battle where people have the opportunity to come and show what they have been learning, how they've been growing, and all of that. So my advice for you, one thing I noticed, all of you prepared for your speeches. You were spitting fire, energy, but you didn't prepare for the most important speech as far as I'm concerned. That extra 1 minute, that 30 seconds, you had to come back on stage. And I'm saying this, I'm speaking it to you. I'm speaking it to the next contestants. Listen, a lot of times people will not really care about what you say in the beginning. It's how you ended that matters. You can come out here and spit fire. And if in that 30 seconds you come and your energy is not there, nothing is happening, you would realize that people are going to judge you based on that 30 seconds. Most times, not really based on what you did. So pay attention. Prepare for that 30 seconds or that 1 minute as you did for your 5 minutes or 7-minute speech. Take your time. Know what you're going to say. In fact, come with full force and full energy. It's an opportunity for you, even if you didn't do so well in your speech, it's an opportunity for you to come and recover. That's like a second chance. So you don't come there and you're looking for what to say. You're struggling to speak. Are we together? Also, some of you, when you spoke, some people in the audience were not there. This is the first time they are seeing you. So that's the only representation of you that they have. So you can't afford to come on stage and you're struggling to work for what to say. No, you have to prepare that 30 seconds like your life depends on it. It's like a victory speech. It's as important as the speech itself. So you're coming with energy, with fire. Just a few of you really entered into the energy for that last, maybe just one person. The rest of you, you didn't really do well there. I'm saying this so that the audience as well will vote based on the speeches. But I'm also recommending for those of you that are going to present next month, please pay attention to that extra 1 minute, that extra 30 seconds you have. That's your most important moment. That's where the entire crowd is here. They have the opportunity to listen to you. And that's when you should bring out your A game. All right, that's one. Next, for those of you that are coming for the very first time, my name is Coach Casey. Like the MC announced, it's such a privilege to be here with all of you. This is the Bgycc School of Leadership. We help you here to unlock your potentials, discover your purpose, and we help you to rise to become global leaders and world changers to the end that Jesus is revealed and glorified. And as an organization, we have a mandate to raise kingdom leaders to transform nations. This is like, this is a womb for raising kingdom leaders. Are we together? If you have someone, you have problems with laziness, procrastination, are we together? You want to be more productive, you want to manage your time better, you want to expose yourself to real life education, are we together? In mindset development, emotional intelligence, financial literacy, communication skills like you're seeing today, productivity, time management. You want to acquire the daily habits, belief system, mindset, character of the most of the richest people in the world, of the high performers in the world. This is what this community is for. It used to cost over $100 per month up till I think May last year, May 26th to be precise. And the Lord said, stop charging money for it, give it out to the Christians, my Christian community for free. So you don't have to pay a dime, and you're going to have access to materials I used to use my paid students, over 1,000 books, several materials they're going to be given to you once you register for our program for free. You're going to be given a personal report page. It's actually a school, it's a coaching program. Are we together now? You're going to be given accountability partners for free, people that are going to hold your hands and ensure that every single year you read a minimum of 20 books. Is that amazing? Not just any kind of books, but books on personal development, spiritual development. You're going to literally learn how to start and build your own business. It's my personal area of expertise. Are we together? You're going to learn people skills. You're going to learn how to become that leader that can change the world. As you begin to see with these ones that came here today, they all started shy, they all started small, but today they are becoming global leaders and world changers. So if I'm describing you, before we announce the winners, please click on the link. Admins, please help us make it very fast. There's a link you're going to see right now. Click on that link. Now, my advice for you, as soon as you get into that group, just begin to write, onboard me, onboard me, onboard me, onboard me. Oh, in fact, shout it until someone reaches out to you. Because ideally, someone should reach out to you, schedule a call with you as if you just paid for the paid version, schedule a call with you, onboard you, assign you accountability partners, guide you on how to start your program, and in the next 30 days, watch your life begin to transform. So admins, please put the link on the comment section, click on it, and ensure that you get onboarded today. Today is Saturday. My recommendation, do not procrastinate. You thought you came here to vote for your winners, but actually God strategically brought you here because he has an assignment for you. He wants to change your life. Are we together? He wants to help you become all that he has called you to be through this program. All right. So in addition to voting for that contestant tonight, you can begin your Bgycc leadership journey, that journey that will help you to become everything he has called you to be. So we have 119 persons that have voted, 77%. We are gradually getting there. There is still about 27% of persons yet to vote. I'm sure if others figured it out, the rest of you will just play around the buttons on your phone to check where the polls are. You'll see the polls and you see all the contestants and you click on the one you want to vote for. Ideally, the one you think performed better today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have clicked on that link, it is time for us to bring back our contestants on stage. And I'm hoping that the remaining 23% yet to vote will do that really fast. So that, yes, please bring back our contestants back on stage. Our contestants, we're about to announce the winners. If you're yet to vote, please make sure you vote. Votes on the chat will not count. Make sure you're voting through the polls. Voila. So we have, yes, 78% of you have voted. We still have about 30% yet to vote. So please figure it out, because you're about to go to the most important part of this session, which is the session where we vote our winner. Tonight, we have seen breathtaking presentations. We have witnessed astonishing contestants, public speakers of high quality. We've seen hosts that dazzled us with their skills, with their competence, and even their presence. We are only going to be able to have one winner from tonight's session. Now, everyone has done so well, and we are very proud of all of you, but we are going to have just one winner. All right, so it is time for us to bring all our contestants back on stage. Voila, our contestants are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one more person. Contestant number who is not here. Please get her here or get him here so that we can witness the blood pressure pumping, rising. Is my favorite part. Are we together? If your camera is turned sideways, Lady Adoronke, please work on your camera because we have to turn our heads to see you right now. I'm going to stop the voting very soon. All right, there's 82% of people that have voted. There's still 18% yet to vote, but I'm going to give you 60 more seconds. 60 more seconds to vote, and then we'll stop. Because once we stop, you cannot vote anymore. Contestants, in those 60 seconds, I want to ask you one question. How do you feel? All right, if I click, just unmute yourself. Then if I call your name, speak to me. I want to know what's going on in your heart right now, how you feel. Lady Godspace, how do you feel?
Okay, good evening, Coach. Good evening, everybody. Wow. I'm so excited. Like, I don't know, like it's hard to explain, but for my facial expression, you can know I'm so excited.
I can say that Lady Peace, Lady Godspace is excited. She's hiding her fear, the heart that is pounding with excitement and smile. I like the strategy. Lady Aderonke, how do you feel right now? What's going on inside of you?
Electrifying, actually, like confidence, like, yes, I'm here. I did it finally.
Yes. I am here. I did it. I didn't die. Yes. Shame on the devil.
Coach. Thank you, Coach.
All the village people that said you won't make it, you made it. Your name has gone down history as a contestant of the prestigious Bgycc public speaking battle.
Yes.
You are here. Congratulations.
Yes, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
Sir Ebenezer, how do you feel?
Good evening, Coach. I feel very pumped, and actually, I am a bit tense because it was actually a battle. It was a battle.
Yes, it was a battle. He's not hiding the fact that he feels tensed. I remember the training process because I was with them all through. And when in that rehearsal and I saw him, he was shaky. I said, look, listen, you can do it. He's a pastor's son. So I told him, listen, come out of this pastor's son shell of yours. I want to see a warrior that day. I want to see a king. And did we see a king today? Yes, we did. I'm super proud of you. I'm proud of how you went about it, how you were able to give us your A game today. Super proud. Lady Eniola, the tigress, the woman of power. How do you feel?
Good evening, everyone. If someone had told the version of me last 5 years, that I'm going to be staying here, hey, I would have wished that the ground should open because I can't even look people straight into their eyes, and I am here presenting. Like, where did the energy come from? Where did the confidence come from? So I am grateful to you, sir, for giving us this opportunity and for making this compulsory. If not, I would have run away. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm so proud of you, Lady Eniola. And guys, if you're here, this is what Bgycc will do to you. You can't be in your comfort zone here. When you come here, we curse the spirit of smallness. Every spirit of smallness your village people have given to you, the moment you start the Bgycc program, will help you unleash the tiger, the lion inside of you, so that the world can really witness your greatness. So once again, put that link on the comments. It is free. You don't have to pay $100 anymore. Click on the link and make sure once you get in there, you are saying, onboard me, onboard me, onboard me. I saw this lady when she started. Today, when I saw her speaking, I'm like, where is this energy coming from? My God, what is this? So amazing. Sir Bright, talk to us. Tonight, I saw a different version of you from the one I saw in technical rehearsal. You were audacious. You were bold. I saw a lion. My God, I was like, what is this? How do you feel right now?
Good evening, leaders. Actually, I feel like a burden has been lifted from my neck.
Ooh.
The message that God has given me to pass has been delivered. So I feel so light as I am right now. But the funniest aspect is I've always run away from things like this. Showing my face to the screen, letting my voice out. I can do it on chat. Let me chat with you, use voice note. But standing, let my face be seen and speak. Oh my God. It's as if someone will kill me. But I'm so proud of myself. I'm so
Here
proud
you
of
are
myself.
today. The days of running away is over. Because if not you, then who? And if not now, then when? The days
Thank
of
you, Coach.
over. No more running, no more procrastination, no more laziness, no more backwardness. It's time for you to take that stage. It's time for you to be the actor, not the spectator. And tonight, you did not just inform us, you have pushed us. You have told us that it is possible. If it is not you, then who? That's the question for everyone. And if not now, then when? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Lady Confidence. Her name is Confidence. And my God, was she confident tonight? Yes, she was. Lady Confidence, how do you feel?
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, leaders. Oh, I feel very good. Like I did this.
Yes.
Like I spoke. I spoke loud and clear. I didn't have to think, oh, Chamaka was sounding bold, but I was bold today. Oh, Coach, thank you, sir. Thank you. I didn't have to start thinking of how Shamaka used to sound very loud. Thank you, Coach. This version of me, because even myself was like, how? You're making noise. I'm like, no, I'm in Bgycc. Speak up. And I did. Thank you, Coach, for this opportunity. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you for training us. Thank you for bringing out that thing that is in us that we couldn't see. Thank you, Coach. God bless you, sir.
So good. So good. You did it. You didn't die. You didn't faint. You didn't, my God. You know what? From here on, guys, you can only go from glory to glory, from greater heights to greater heights. Because once you do it once, it is proof that it is possible. That proof increases your faith. Next time there's a public speaking battle, that fear is gone because you've done it. And this is a challenge to every single one of you watching us here right now. It's a challenge. If they did it, you can do it. I can guarantee you for free. If Sir Ebenezer could do it, Lady Eniola could. These guys are shy. You can even see their faces. Are we together? You heard Lady Eniola's story. These are people that are naturally introverts. I'm challenging you. Don't just start your program. Go out there. Register for the next public speaking session. Even if they don't take you next month, register for the next one until you come out. Start from the in-house public speaking. Begin from there. Train yourself and show yourself. Because from here, these guys are going to the nations. My prayer for you really is that this is the least you will ever experience. That from this moment, the nations are going to begin to hear your voices in the mighty name of Jesus. The breath of God comes upon you. And that from this moment, the audacity you showed tonight, it is just going to be getting higher and higher. And it's going to begin to show in every walks of your life, in the work of your in the work of your hand, in your families, in your businesses, in your futures, in the destiny, in the vision God has given to you. The same way you showed up boldly today. This version of you will not go back to shrinking. This version of you, it is the least. It is the least. You look back in 1 year, in 5 years, and it is nations that will be listening to you. Thousands of persons. And you look back at this moment and you remember it all started from here. I'm super proud of all of you, and it's time for us to cast our vote. I'm going to end the poll officially, and it is time to begin. As usual, we're going to eliminate until we get to the very first position. In 30 seconds, I want to explain to everyone, it is already very clear to all of you that you are champions, you're winners. The fact that you made it here, the fact that you're here, you're already a champion. You have taken a bold step that 99% of others would not take. So whether you're first or second or fifth or sixth, it doesn't matter anymore. You are a champion. However, in Bgycc, we appreciate, we honor, and recognize excellence. And this is why tonight we are going to single out one person who, amongst everyone who made tremendous efforts, has made the most effort. But you are all champions. So tonight, we are going to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, we had close to 200 votes tonight. And I'm going to begin with the fifth runner-up from tonight's public speaking battle. Someone has 29% of the vote, and that one has 12, and that one has 18, 25, 13, and 3% of our votes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to begin with 3% of our total votes for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as this contestant bows off the stage. Put your hands together for our contestant number 2, Olawale Tobilola. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Admin, help me. Once I call your names, just take them off stage. Let's see who is left. Congratulations, Sir Olawale Tobilola, for participating in this year's contest. I am proud of you. Bgycc is proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth runner-up for this month's public speaking battle with 13%, no, with 12% of our votes. With 12% of our votes, please put your hands together for Lady Aderonke Olu Akib Abikoye. She is our fourth runner-up. Please put your hands together for her. Put your hands together. Contestant number 1. Congratulations, contestant number 1. We are so proud of you. So happy to have you here. And ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 contestants left, but we can only have 1 winner. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 4th runner-up actually for tonight's contest. Now it's getting heated, getting really, 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 really heated, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we're going to go now to this individual that has 13% of our votes. 13% of our votes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put our hands together for contestant number 3, Confidence Odobasi. Put your hands together. Congratulations, Lady Confidence. We are super proud of you, but the journey ends here. Congratulations. Congratulations, 13% of our votes. And we have 3 more contestants to go. One has 18% of the vote. The other one has 29%. And the other one has 25%. Ladies and gentlemen, who do you think is our winner tonight? It is time for us to eliminate one more person. Just one more person. It's time for us to eliminate. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to see your faces, so let me take this here. Please, just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with a total of 18% of our votes, 18% of our vote, that's a lot of votes. Can you put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for our 3rd runner-up, the Bgycc Public Speaking Battle version 8.0, with 18% of our vote. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for contestant number 5, Lady Eniola. Put your hands together for her. I am super, super proud of you. Congratulations. 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 And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment. Who is our winner for tonight? Is it Lady Godspace or is it Sabright? Write on the chat. Who is our winner? Who is your winner? I want you to predict. Who do you think our winner is tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, their hearts are beating. You can literally see air pumping out of their lungs, ladies and gentlemen. They want to faint, but they are backing this up with genuine laughter. But I know that deep inside, something is going on. There's an adrenaline that is flowing, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for us to determine the winner for tonight. There can only be one champion, ladies and gentlemen. There can only be one champion. In the history of this competition, okay, let me know. I'll announce this after the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, when we are having a woman and a man going head to head, are we together? And we can only have one winner, just one winner, not 2, but 1. And guess what? They are so close. One has 29% of the vote. The other has, just a second, one has 29% of the vote, and the other one has, yes, 25% of the vote. That's how close they are. The difference between these 2 contestants is just 4 votes. And it is time for us to announce the winner. Sabright, are you ready? Lady Godspeed, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the winner for the public speaking battle, Bgycc Clash of Voices, March 2026, with 29% of the votes. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together as we welcome our champion tonight? Contestant number 4, Lady Godspeed Dauda. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your winner. Here is your winner tonight. Here you have your winner, ladies and gentlemen. This is your winner. The results are on your screen. You can take all the screenshots you want. But here it is. Here she is. The tears of joy. the excitement, the adrenaline, all of the struggle, the practice, the repetition. Do the audio again, do the video again. But she's here, ladies and gentlemen. She is the coordinator, the team leader of the ARC virtual team of Lagos Island, ladies and gentlemen. She is a leader of exceptional, inestimable value. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome on stage our champion. I know that there is tears, but we would like to hear you speak. I want you to speak like the champion that you are. Congratulations, Lady Godspace, and you have the floor.
Oh my God. Good evening, Coach. Good evening, everybody. Oh my God. I don't know what to say, honestly. But Coach, thank you. Thank you so much. I really felt like giving up. I will be honest with you. When I sent my first audio, I saw the call, like, no, I can't do this. But I kept pushing. My church members were there, my colleagues were helpful. And yesterday I spoke to my elder brother and he was like, I'm proud of you. So that just gave me a big boost. I said, no, peace. You have to try. So thank you so much, everybody. This is not just for me, it's for everybody. This award's for everybody, every single one of you. I love you so much. Thank you. Coach, thank you so much. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Amazing. Congratulations, Lady Godspace. And guys, please congratulate all our contestants. They did so well. Congratulations, contestant number 1, Lady Adironke. Contestant number 2, Sir Toby. Number 3, contestant Sir Ebenezer, I beg your pardon. Contestant number 3, congratulations to every single one of you. You all did well, and I am proud of you. Like I said, you're all champions, and your lives will never remain the same again. In the mighty name of Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of tonight's session. Before I go, I have a very important announcement to make. Once again, if you've not joined, if you've not written on board me on the group you joined, make sure you write on board me there. Make sure you're onboarded tonight and start your program as early as tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow we are going to wrap up this weekend. It's been a buffet. Are we together? It's not a buffet. It's been a 3-in-1. It's a 3-in-1 program. We just finished the second one. Yesterday, we started with a powerful session on 7 truths about money. By the way, every week here, we meet on Friday, life-changing education. The onboard me is not here. For those of you writing on the chat, please, admin, write on the, give them the link on the group again. Let them click on it and go there. All right. Every Friday, we'll meet here. If you're not part of us, make sure you're here on Friday. Life-changing education, topics that are going to literally change your life and help you become everything God has called you to be. Today is a public speaking battle, but tomorrow we are wrapping it up with our virtual hangout. Who's excited? Who is excited? Who is excited? Who is excited? Every month we have a Bgycc virtual hangout. It's an opportunity for you to meet up, for you to network. Are we together? Networking is a very important part of the Bgycc. Network with like-mindeds. Come here, have fun. Enjoy games, and just basically on Monday, I beg your pardon, tomorrow is Sunday, on Monday, all right? Just come here and have so much fun. So please, if you know you're here, I'm not inviting you, I'm asking you to invite others for that virtual hangout because you are going to be there. So make sure Monday, time is 8 p.m. Today was 6 p.m. Time is 8 p.m. and it's going to be on Zoom, the same link. Make sure you're here and make sure you invite at least 2 more persons to come and join us for that virtual hangout. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up for our champion, Lady Godspace. Well done to everyone. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday for our virtual hangout. And of course, next week, Friday, for another fantastic, electrifying mindset deliverance, a session that will help you take the next step.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, ladies. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.